One of the parts of the project I'm working on the network side is to be able to have some remote access for people in particular, as we all love VPNs so much, the thing that, we love to have, but sort of despise getting working and set up. I came across this little portable travel router, and after everything I did looking around, said that OpenWRT would work on it, and it looked like there was both WireGuard, SoftEther, OpenVPN, all sorts of options. I'm likely going to use SoftEther because it does land-to-land tunneling at a bridge type level, which is one of the things I need. Interesting little boxes. So I went through it and got OpenWRT loaded on there. It was kind of a pain. So I thought I'd document both for my future self and for everybody else how to get OpenWRT and ultimately how to get SoftEther running on it. So it is the GL-Inet GL-A300M16. It's on Amazon here. You can see it for about $32. I have a couple of them now, and so far they've been working pretty well. Not the most performant of little things. I wouldn't push a ton of traffic across it, but for one or two tunnels, user end user, single one or two users, seems to work fine. So where do we start? Well, OpenWRT. I'm not here to kind of give a description of what OpenWRT is. You can go look that up on your own, but it is an open source wireless bridge router sort of Linux distribution that's designed for devices just like this. And the AR300M and the M16 are supported by it. You can see here on the page, here is OpenWRT. Do a search there, you'll find it. And there are the two versions. I'm going to be using the M16 one. They're pretty much the same, except for the flash is a little bit different between the two. Other than that, I think they're pretty much the same old device. For the firmware, it comes with its own, and it is OpenWRT based already, which is interesting. And it's basically just an upgrade to throw the quote unquote stock OpenWRT on it. So when you buy it, you plug it in, plug in your LAN port to your computer, set yourself up with 192.168.8 as your subnet. I'm giving myself 8.2. It comes out of the box at 8.1. I think it has DHCP working on it, so you could probably not give yourself a static IP, but I went ahead and did that just in case. And the moment you get it up, let's do a 192.168.8.1 ping. And there it is. SSH is turned on the box already, so you can SSH into it. We're not going to have to do that quite yet, but we will soon. What are you going to need? You're going to need some firmware. So go to the GL-Inet. The section on OpenWRT, and you notice there's three firmware images here. This is the factory image, which we're going to start with. And there's a sysupgrade image. If you already have a factory sort of stock OpenWRT, use this. And there's a link to the OEM firmware, which you probably want to pull a copy of current here anyways, just so you have it. I have all of those files sitting down here right now, just in case, downloaded, ready to go, but we'll see how to install it. Now, another one we're going to get to, I don't know if we'll do it this video, maybe another one, is a custom build of OpenWRT that has the VPN components built into the flash image. One of the issues, I wouldn't call it an issue, one of the ways that OpenWRT works is it uses the overlay file system. The initial firmware image gets loaded into Flash and treated as a ROM image, so it's read-only. It loads, it boots. You can then install, like say you want to install a package inside of that image or on top of that image in the OS that's running. You can install it, but it puts it into the overlay file system because it's read-write, unlike the underlying read-only ROM image that came out of Flash. The thing is that overlay file system is very small, so you can install maybe 2, maybe 3 packages, and then you're going to fill it up. It's really designed to house your configuration data. So you can come in here and build a custom image that puts your packages inside of the base image on the flash, which is what we're going to ultimately do, so we don't have the overlay file system fill up on us. But get your device, plug it in, let it boot up. They do seem to take longer than I'm used to for a little tiny embedded device to take to boot. It's a good 2 minutes, maybe even 3 minutes to get booted up. And the upgrade takes a lot longer than I would have expected to. The flash just must be really slow. But at any rate, ping it 192.168.8.1 and pull up 192.168.8.1 in your web browser. And you're greeted with this at the start. Choose your language, set a password. We're going to blow it away. So I will apply a crappy password for now. You can go ahead and plug in your WAN port too to your internet. I have mine plugged into my outside world. And you can see LAN and WAN ports are active here. There's my outside network. But go in, maneuver to system, go to upgrade. So here's where you initially can try. Let's do an upgrade to this one. This is the factory firmware from OpenWRT, not the upgrade. And let's see what happens. Let's go. What's it gonna say? It's not gonna like this, put it that way. Nope, sorry, can't do that. All right. But do we accept failure? No, we don't. Let's come at this another way. And by the way, this is where you're going to need your WAN connection coming in, why I have it connected in. Let's go root at log in. And what we can do is grab the link from OpenWRT to the factory image. Let's copy that link. Go over here and we can type sysupgrade. Let's see what it says. What can we do with sysupgrade? Restore, interactive, attempt to preserve, blah, blah, blah. One of the things we are after is the dash force. Remember, this is an OEM sort of OpenWRT firmware, not the OpenWRT sort of quote unquote factory, the mainline one. This is GL-Inet's custom version firmware. So you have to start with the factory image first, and then we're going to have to upgrade the sysupgrade one. So it's actually a two-step process. Let's go sys upgrade. We're going to say force. Let's put that URL in there. That is, as I showed you, this factory image here for the M16, not the sys upgrade. Yes, I have tried the sys upgrade. Doesn't work. And then, so make sure you have internet connectivity. You might want to do it. You know what? Let's do that. So I'm on here. Let's do a ping 1.1.1.1 just to make sure. And yes, we have internet connectivity from our little GL-Inet box. Force, boom. It is going to go out, download it. It's funny how it says this upgrade. It's not. It's a factory image. So here it kicks you out. Now, what you'll notice on the box itself is the lights will start rotating green, green, red, green, green, red. And then it'll do various states of lights changing here and there with different things. One will go solid, one will blank. Ultimately, what it'll come back to is two of the green ones will come back on. I think that means like online and configurable, if I remember reading the LEDs correctly. It takes at least 3 to 5 minutes to do the upgrade process. It is exorbitantly long, longer than I would expect. And it feels like it's not working, but after failing at it a couple of times, just sit back, give it some time. It might even take 10 minutes to finish. It doesn't seem to have any rhyme or reason. I've done it multiple times now. I'll say anywhere from 3 to 4 minutes to 10 to 12 minutes it could possibly take. Get a cup of coffee, go watch part of a show, go watch MASH. It's about that long, maybe. Come back, and if you see two green lights on, OpenWRT will be installed on there, and it will be on a different IP, not 8.1. It'll be on .1.1. So what are we going to do right now? Let's close this browser window. We don't need it. And I'm going to pause and I'm going to go watch a TV show, and I'll come back here when it's done, and we'll have two little lights on. Be back in a bit. We are back. Both green LEDs are on, and that took about 6 minutes to complete. I changed my IP on my machine to the 1.2 address, and we are going to ping it and make sure. .1.1 is our new IP of the OpenWRT load. Alrighty, that works. Bring up the browser, go 192.168.1.1. Yeah, automatic HTTPS. There is no password to start with. And this is the next step of the process. We had to install that factory image. So now we need to do the sysupgrade image. This is step 2. And we downloaded that. We have it locally. We could SSH in and change that and come in from that side, but I have it sitting here. And we have the init RAM FS mode. So we need to throw on this sysupgrade image. And this is another one that takes about 5 minutes or so, 6 minutes. This one seems to be faster than the first one. We can turn off key configuration settings. We didn't have any. It was fresh out of the box. And right now I am seeing lights flash, blinky blink all over on the router. And it does basically the same thing. It'll flash up and down, very splashing with the two greens and the reds. And then it'll go dark and then come back up with one light. And eventually, again, it'll come back on with the two green lights on. And when you get there, you should have 192.168.1.1 up. And when that's up, we'll check it and see. Once again, I'm going to pause because this takes 5 or 6 minutes. We'll be back to verify it. Another 5 minutes and we are back. One thing I figured out is close out your web browser tab on the .1.1 when it does the upgrade. When you see lights start flashing very quick, like rapid succession, it seems to sort of hang something at the end. Close your tab that has that open and reopen it, and it seems to recover pretty well. But let's double check. 1.1 is back up again. And we got that far. And it looks like we are good. When we log in now, there is no password at the moment. Nope, we don't see the second message about the sysupgrade. The init RAM FS is there. So now we can go and set a password. Dismiss that, and let's go back to the overview. There we go, OpenWRT M16, and we have time is set. Looks good. So what did that take? We are done in real time. Well, in computer time, let's say, takes about, I don't know, 10 to 20 minutes. Yeah, 10 to 20 minutes. Find yourself the binaries, get it set up, SSH in. Yeah, basic stuff gives yourself 10 minutes. Then apply both upgrades. Wall clock, the whole process takes about an hour. I understand you could probably do this over TFTP or some other automated method if you had more than one to do, but it's not too bad. Anyways, that is it. There is OpenWRT installed, and you can start setting it up. Next video about the OpenWRT side will be probably about SoftEther and the LAN-to-LAN connections. And at that point, I should have IPX bridged over these so you can use a Novell client to hit a Novell server over it, which will be kind of cool. We'll see if it works. Anyways, there's a good setup for you. Laters.